Hi guys, Angie the Craftnado, and here today we're going to do a few things. So kick back, get your drink. We'll do our giveaway, woohoo! And then I'm going to do a post review, show you an embroidery project I'm working on, and then do a little bit of a whip and chat. Probably not very long today because it is Wednesday and the retreat is tomorrow. I need to leave here at about 11:30. I have to drop Nate off at his grandma's before I head there, and it's about 2.5 hours away. I want to get there a little bit early just because that's who I am and I like to do things the most. So I want to get there a little bit early. So we're here in the recliner today again because my butt hurts and I can't sit in that office chair in my craft room anymore. So I'm not going to make you guys wait through the whip and chat before I do the drawing for the giveaway. I'll just show you again real quick. Hopefully you were able to enter for the giveaway, and I'll just show you again real quick what you're going to win. If you do win, you're going to win a vanilla frosting pretty placer, a tub of Patty Wax Super Sticky, a roll of washi tape, this beautiful dragonfly cover binder from Cover Minders Shaban on Etsy, along with this adorable little ladybug cover minder, also from Cover Minders Shaban. And then your choice of either one of these two diamond painting pens. They each come with a single placer end and a 4-placer end, and these come from Butterfly Effect Wares. And you'll get to choose between either Fire and Ice, which is this one, or this Resin Burl Hybrid, which is this one. And it's a, that's all it's called, Resin Burl Hybrid. So let's get right to it. I went ahead and made a list of everyone who, yes, I did it the old-fashioned way, wrote it down in my notebook, numbered a list. I just went through just in the order that the comments were listed below the video in YouTube. And I went ahead and just numbered everybody's comments, and there were 32 comments from 32 people. 32 different people. So we have those there, and I am going to use on my phone a website that I found. You know, I'm so funny with things. Random number generators. I found I did a little bit of research about random number generators, and did you know that most random number generators are generated using a mathematical algorithm that is not actually truly random because a computer can't be random. So I found this website. It's called random.org, and it's an act. It talks about it. If you're interested in it, I found it very interesting. It talks about how this is actually a true random generator because it pulls from the randomness of atmospheric noise, rather than the mathematical formula that they consider pseudo-random because it's predictable, because it's computer generated. Whatever, I don't know. I found it fascinating when I did a little bit of research on it, or when I was reading about random number generators. So we're going to put in our true random number generator. Our minimum is going to be number 1, and our maximum is going to be number 32. And I've got that in there, 1 through 32, and I'm just going to hit the generate button. And we came up with 6. So whoever is commenter number 6, let me look in my list. Number 6 is Billy Belts. So if you are Billy Belts, congratulations, you have won my subscriber giveaway. My email address will be located in the description in this video. All you'll need to do is email me and give me your contact information, and I will get your prize in the mail to you. Now, if you can email me right away, I'm not even going to say that. I've got so much to do between now and tomorrow at noon that I'm not going to be able to get it in the mail by the time I leave for the retreat. So I won't be back until Sunday. If you get me your information, I will get it in the mail to you as soon as possible after I get back from the retreat, which if you get back with me right away, it'll be Monday. So congratulations to you, Billy, and I hope you enjoy your prize. And you know what? I should look and see. Oops, excuse me. I should look and see which pen, just out of curiosity, let's look and see which pen they chose. Oh, come on. Now, I'm having a problem here. Why am I having such a problem? Ah! I am... Let's see, Billy Belts. Let's look at the comments. Found your channel yesterday and love it. Oh, so a new subscriber. And I really enjoyed all your unboxings. I love the pen you said would be good for people with arthritis because the pink pens can be painful after a while. Yes, they can. Hope this post enters me in your giveaway. Once again, thanks for your videos. So wonderful. She did not say which pen she would. I assume could be a man or a woman, I guess. There's no picture. Didn't say which, and either one of those are thick pens. So let me know in your email that you send to me if you would rather have the Fire and Ice or the Resin Burl Hybrid. I would tend to think that the Fire and Ice might be better because it has the more bumps. That would just kind of be my my thought in the matter, but somebody might disagree with that. And whatever you choose, it's yours. All right, let's talk about, so now that that's over with, thanks everybody for joining in. That was fun. And hopefully we will reach another milestone. I didn't really reach a milestone, but I reached an almost milestone. So hopefully we'll reach another milestone again here soon, and I can do another giveaway because I had a really good time doing that. All right, now I'm going to show you, oops. I'm going to show you how I throw things on the float. First, I'm going to show you my latest embroidery kit that I'm working on and the progress that I'm making there. This one is a very simple kit. It only has a few different stitches, a satin stitch, French knots, a stem stitch, a lazy daisy, and a flying V, I think it's called. No, fly stitch. So they were really easy to learn how to do the stitches, and I think it's looking beautiful. I absolutely love the subdued neutral colors, and it's really looking really pretty. As you can see, all I have left to do is a bunch more French knots. Those aren't my favorite, but you know, I'm learning to love them. And I hope I have enough floss left. I'm finding that when I get to the end of my floss, when it's about that much long left, I have a hard time wrapping it around the needle to get in to do the French knot. So I don't know if there's a trick to that or if it's just something that with more practice I'll get better at. But that's where I am with that. I also did start on this one Christmas. You guys, I have to start everything. You know I have to start all the things. I started on this Christmas one. Now this one is really simple. Almost everything is just a satin stitch or a straight stitch. So that's what that's going to look like. It's a Christmas tree, but it's just, you know, a regular old tree that's decorated up for Christmas. So all I've really gotten done is just the main trunk of the tree and one of the branches. But it's a good way to practice. This one seems like it's going to be a good one for just practicing stitches. So that's where I am with that one. Excuse me. Other than that, I have a finish, a diamond painting finish I wanted to share with you guys, and just give you a little brief. I hate doing post-review videos that are just post-review videos because it seems like they are so short and I just don't have enough to say that is worthy to fill up an entire video. So I thought I would do a quick post review on this. This was the first diamond painting that I completed from Die Moon Shop, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys and just a little bit about how I thought it went, the quality and whatnot. So let's start with the canvas. The canvas is, it's a pliable canvas. It's, I would say, it's not fuzzy or soft or anything on the back, but it is a nice pliable canvas and it lays nice and flat. There are not any wrinkles or folds or anything. It's laying nice and flat, which is appreciated. So it's a higher quality standard canvas is what I would call it. The stickiness of the drill field was very good. The adhesive was very good. I didn't have to worry about any of the diamonds coming off on my arm when I was, working in the inner portions. This was highly confetti. This was just a confetti heaven or hell, depending on how you want to look at it. But I think that for the size that it is, and I don't have my legend. Let me see if it's on my kit here or on my thing. 40 by 54 is the dimensions of this kit, and it's called Cernunnos by Medusa the Doll Maker. And I think that the image itself turned out absolutely beautiful, and I'm very happy with the level of detail. And I think that the amount of confetti really lended itself to a very good rendering of the artwork. And so I think that it turned out beautifully for the size that it is. Now, because it does have words down here, it says Medusa Doll Maker, and that's very difficult to read. Once you know what it says, you can kind of make it out, but it's very difficult to read. And that, if that's something that bothers you, that is something you might want to take into consideration and probably get a bigger size. I wasn't really worried about that. This is going up in my husband's pole barn, so I wasn't really worried about reading that. It wasn't a big deal to me, so I didn't really care. You know what you could even do if you wanted to, now this is not all one color background, this is several colors of a background. What you could even do if you wanted to was you could just take the drills of the surrounding colors and just totally leave that out and not include that. So that would be an option as well if you were crafty in that way and you could figure that out. Now the drills, let's talk about the drills. The drills, they were good. They were fine. They were not, I wouldn't call them premium drills, or they weren't my favorite drills are those wet looking drills that have so many facets that you can't even visibly see all the facets. These are not those. These are the little bit more high profile drills that you can count the facets on. But the quality was very good. I was not disappointed in the quality of the drills at all. When I unboxed this, I wasn't thrilled with the packaging. I guess I thought it wasn't what I was expecting. But I was pleasantly surprised that the drills actually were quite nice. And as far as what I have left, you guys, I swear I have enough drills left. Look at this. I have enough drills left to probably do this painting again. I had so many left of every single color that there wasn't one color I even came remotely close to worrying about running out of. Now ignore this side because this is for a different painting. But I have tons and tons and tons of every color. I can't even tell you how many colors are in this painting because I had to cut that off to fit the label onto my thing, and they don't have a legend on the canvas, which I appreciate. I really do like that about Diamond Shop, that you don't have that. Just because this is going in my husband's pole barn, I'm probably just going to go tack it up on the wall just how it is. I mean, you don't have that ugly legend off to the side or any of that other printing, with the that tells you can iron it and it's waterproof and it's eco-friendly and all that happy stuff. So you don't have anything on there. You just have this little gray band with a little bit of branding down on the bottom. And I think I'll just tack it up on the wall with tacks, just how it is, and it'll be just fine and dandy out there. So yes, I was very happy with the way this turned out. I'm looking forward to working on my other kits from Diamond Shop, and so that is my post review for Sir Nunos by Medusa the Doll Maker. And that is that. So, moving right along, I'm just going to throw that over there. Let's do a little bit of a whip and chat, shall we? Okay, so let's get to the business. What am I working? Oh, heavens, I just dropped everything. Hold on, you're going to see my head for a second while I pick up my pen and my tray. Okay, sorry about that. What are we going to work on today? Well, this is a bit of a surprise because this isn't anything I've ever shown you guys before or anything I've ever talked about working on. I am working on Lumina from Diamond Art Club by Micah Jelena, and I just got this yesterday. I got it in a trade. Won this in a trade. So Maddie and I I'll tell you the story of why I was down in Detroit and that in just a second, but I was down in Detroit last night with my daughter Maddie, who lives down there, and she owed me a little bit of money. And we were talking about diamond painting, and Maddie is not a fan of square drilled diamond paintings. And I don't know how it even came up, but somehow the topic came up that I would take any unwanted diamond. Oh, we were talking about destashing. And she was talking about some kits that she might not really want to work on because they're square drills, and that she couldn't really destash them because she'd already started on them. Starting on them meaning she had placed about 15 drills, like literally, and decided that she didn't like squares. So I said, well, what do you got? Maybe we could work something out, in exchange for the money that you owe me. And so she said she had Lumina, and this is one that I had wanted. This is an older kit. I don't believe it's available. I can check that to make sure, but I'm 90% sure that this isn't available from Diamond Art Club. So I accepted this in trade, and then I also got Scorpio from Josephine Wall. I am not a Scorpio. Nobody in my family are Scorpios, but I like the image, and I mean, it's a Josephine Wall, and it's beautiful. So, and you know what, really, to settle the debt, what the heck, what do I care? Anywho, so I did finish between last night and this morning, I finished this one big section, and now I'm going to move on to this second section with you guys. I'm using just my Huacan large white tray. I'm using my trusty dusty Diamond Art Club Autumn Rain pen with a 4-placer. I have my micro dots in my single placer, and in my multi-placer I am using Lilac Not Your Mama's Mud from Whimsical Daisies on Etsy. And that's what I'm using for that. In my storage, Maddie had this all kitted up, so I'm using her. Here's a picture of what the image looks like. That's a better picture just to show you. So it is a square kit, and it is 50 by 70, 50.3 by 70.6, which is weird. I don't know that I've ever noticed decimals in the measurements before when it comes to centimeters. So that's interesting. The one thing about this diamond painting, and I've seen it in others' post reviews, other YouTube creators' post reviews, is what's up with this finger here on her left hand? Look closely. Doesn't that finger look a little bit wonky? Yeah. So I don't know. Now, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like, you probably didn't notice it at first, but once you've noticed it, it's like you can't not pay attention to it. That's all you want to focus in on is that weird finger. I'm going to try to ignore it, and I can't tell you, but I'm just going to try to ignore it and pretend it isn't there and just enjoy the image. I cannot tell you about the storage containers because this is something that Maddie already had kitted up, but these are just Tic Tac containers that came from Amazon in this little case, and I will tell you right now that I hate them. They are awful. They are teeny and difficult to get the drills back into, and difficult to get out of this little, it's difficult to get them out of here. Wouldn't suggest this at all. Definitely would not recommend. And so this is something that once I'm finished with this diamond painting, which it's on the smallish side, and not smallish, but it's not one of my ginormous 100 centimeter ones. Once I'm finished with it, I will definitely be giving her storage containers back. I have no desire to keep those. There's 37 colors on here, and it is a lot of color blocking. So it should go fairly quickly. And why am I working on it? I don't know, because I came home with it last night, and I figured, why the hell not, right? Right. So let's get a color out and get started. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to chit-chat with you guys. I know I didn't post a video yesterday, and I apologize for that. I ended up having a busy day. I crafted, of course, in the morning, and then Maddie had called me on Monday night, and her boyfriend, who have been living together for just over a year now, have kind of been looking at buying a house. They're currently renting, and they really like the neighborhood that they're in. They are in, if you're at all familiar with the city of Detroit, they are in the Corktown neighborhood in Detroit, and it is a very much a up-and-coming neighborhood as far as revitalization. There have been a lot of vacant houses that were torn down, and so there's a lot of empty lots where there's some community gardens. Some people have just giant, almost farm-like gardens on some of the lots. There's a lot of community fellowship and working together, and events that they put on just as a community. And there have been a lot of actually new construction homes and condos going on in that neighborhood as well. And that's the neighborhood that they currently live in. And they really, really like it there, and they want to stay there. But with it being kind of an up-and-coming trendy place, the prices to buy homes are starting to go up. And they would like to get in and get something of their own before prices hit a point where they're priced out of it and they can no longer afford to be in that area. They both really love that area, and I love it too. It's a very quirky, very eclectic, it's a good mix of socioeconomic, racial background, and it's a cool place. It's just a really fun place to be. It's very centrally located. It's very close to downtown. You can walk to Greektown in like 10 minutes from where they are. You can walk to Ford Field, and well, I mean, that's right where, not Ford Field, but Tiger Stadium. What is that called? Is it called Tiger Stadium? Or is it called something else? I don't even know. But you can walk to there in 10 to 12 minutes and be right downtown. So that is, they're young and they love doing things and being active and getting out in the world. So that's like a perfect place for them to be. So she had made arrangements to go look at a house that was for sale that was literally 2 blocks away from where they currently live. And she wanted me to go with her. Austin, her boyfriend, was unable to go because he works, I think I've mentioned this before, he's a radiologic technician at Henry Ford Hospital, and he works second shift. So the appointment that she made with the realtor was at 6 p.m. and he works like 2 till 10:30 or something like that. So she asked if I'd like to go with her and look at this house because, I mean, I've been around the block a few times. I've owned some houses in my life, and we've done a lot of renovation, and we've done the work ourselves here in the home that we live in now, that we've been in for almost 20 years. I can't believe we've been here almost 20 years. It's crazy. I was just thinking about that. I was kind of doing a timeline in my head, and it just is unbelievable that we've been here for that long. But anyway, that's not the point. The point was that, you know, being older and wiser and having some homeowner experience under my belt, she wanted to have me go with her to look at this house. She thought that I might have, more knowledge and the kind of questions that need to be asked and things to look out for, as far as, structural type things. So I said, sure, I'm always up for a little road trip. Not always, but I can be talked into a little road trip. If you tell me we get to go out to eat in Detroit, which we'll talk about that in a second, I'm there in a heartbeat. So went down there. I actually filmed a drive-in chat yesterday while I was driving down there that I this morning deleted because I was a ball of road rage that entire trip. So I decided I didn't want to put you guys through that. You probably have to deal with that kind of stuff enough in your real life. You don't want to go on somebody's channel to try to relax and enjoy your crafts and hobbies and have to listen to somebody. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I should have silenced my phone. Here, I'll do it now. My bad. I'm so sorry. Nobody ever calls me. That's so weird. Who calls anybody anymore, right? Not anybody I know. So, I didn't even look to see who it was. I just hit the button. So yeah. So she called. What was I saying? Now I've lost my train of thought. And that is really easy for me to do. It's hard enough for me to stay on topic when I can keep my train of thought. So we went to look at this house, and it was actually, I didn't realize it because there are so many older homes in that area. It was actually a home that was built in 2006. So that's how many years ago? Not even 20 years old. This house is not even 20 years old. So that was a little bit more of an explanation of why the price point was a little bit higher than I thought maybe it should have been. And it made it a little bit more conceivable for me for that price point to be accurate. It was a nice house. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. Now, of course, she's young, and this is all new to her, and she's only ever lived in rentals. I mean, other than her childhood home that she grew up in. She's only ever lived in rentals, so she's never really, chosen. I guess you choose a home when you choose a rental, but not to it's a little bit different when you're buying a house and, you get to basically you're choosing, what you want. So she was really impressed. She really liked the house. And it was nice. It had a nice open floor plan, 3 bedrooms, a full basement with really high ceilings that you could definitely do something with as far as refinishing it. Not refinishing it, but finishing it. And Austin is in a band. He's a drummer in a band. So he could definitely, do his music down there. They could have band practice down there, which is not something that they have now. Right now where they live, they have upstairs neighbors. Plus, they don't have a finished basement. It's kind of a dark, dank basement. that they can't really do anything in. So they don't really have the space there to do he doesn't have the space there to do anything with his music. So it would be nice if he had that kind of space. And then it had a pretty decent yard. It had a 1-car garage, which in that neighborhood, especially, off-street parking is kind of a premium. You don't usually get off-street parking, let alone having a garage. So that was kind of a bonus. So I think that Austin is going to go look at the house today. Maddie really liked it. He's going to meet with the realtor and go look at the house today before he goes to work. And they're meeting with a loan officer. This morning, Maddie was meeting with the loan officer to try to get the pre-approval, and so that they can put in an offer on this house. So I don't know how I feel about it. I'm excited for her, and I really want to be excited for her, but at the same time, being a homeowner is a big responsibility. And I did not impart Maddie with. Maddie was my baby for 11 years. Maddie was 11 years old when Nate was born. And I treated her like my baby. And I did not impart her with the wisdom of anything in the domestic realm. She was not expected to do anything at all around the house. She never washed a dish. She never did any laundry. She never learned how to cook. She lacks a lot of basic adulting skills. And luckily she has Austin, who is absolutely wonderful to her. It's kind of a funny story. They've lived in the house that they're in for a little over a year. And she said to me last week, she's like, so I went into the basement for the first time since we've moved into the house. She went into the basement once when they looked at the house. But she said, so I went in the basement for the first time since we've lived there. I'm like, Maddie, isn't that where your washer and dryer are? Yeah. So you've lived there a year and you've never gone into the basement? That means you've never done your own laundry. In over a year, the girl has never gone to the basement to do her own laundry. Spoiled, duh. But I taught her well, because I don't do my own laundry either. Jeff does everything for me. So I am lucky that way. I taught her well. We have kind of a finicky, I am kind of spoiled. I am pretty spoiled. But it's not, I know how to do it, it's just that I don't. Because we have kind of a messed up wash machine. Our wash machine it's not off balance. Jeff has balanced it a million times. There must be something, a spring or something missing, or that came off, and it shakes terribly. Like it feels like the house is about to blast off into outer space every time we do a load of laundry. And we need to just buy a new wash machine, but we're redoing the kitchen, and so that is a huge expense. And the wash machine still works. It just sounds like we're blasting off every time we do a load of laundry. So it needs to be very carefully loaded so that it doesn't do that. And every time I do a load of laundry, I get in trouble, because not only does it shake the house apart, but it also doesn't spin out the clothes well enough if you don't load it properly. And at the end of the cycle, the clothes are still sopping wet to where you can't even put them in the dryer because they won't dry. They're just still too wet. So I said, screw it. I'm not, I get in trouble every time I try to do a load of laundry, so I'm just going to let Jeff do it from now on. And he's fine with it, so why bother, right? If he's going to do it, why should I put myself through that? Yeah. So that's my laundry story. So yeah, so we went to see the house, and the house was nice. And then, of course, I love any opportunity to go down to Detroit, to go to a good restaurant. The town that we live in, or we don't really live in it, we kind of live out in the country, but the town that we live near is mostly chain restaurants. We don't really have any good, authentic, um, independently owned restaurants. So I love it when I get the chance to go down to Detroit, and we have so many choices and so many different ethnicity to choose from, as far as, what kind of food you want to have. And it's just a wide open gamut of possibilities. So we decided, we hadn't had Greek in quite a while, so we went to Greek Town and had Greek food for dinner. And I had a lamb shank, and it was absolutely amazing. I love the way they do it, where they roast it in the tomato sauce, and then you have the green beans that are also roasted in tomato sauce, which sounds weird, but it's actually delicious. And the lemon potatoes, the Greek potatoes, yum, so delicious. So delicious. So we had that, and then we visited a Greek pastry shop and loaded up on a bunch of different pastries to take back to Maddie's house to have for dessert a little bit later. And that, I was going to stay the night, because we had some wine with dinner. Not a lot. I had about a glass and a half of wine. We bought a bottle, but I drank about a glass and a half of wine with dinner. So because of that, I was just going to spend the night. But went back to her house. We did some crafting together, watched a little TV, and visited for a little while. And it had been about 4 hours. And so, and I decided, I'd really be a lot more comfortable sleeping at home. And I'm going to be gone for 4 days, coming up here with the retreat. And I would really rather just be home. So I decided to make the couple-hour return trip home. And then, you know what? I've got a little bit of a bone to pick about my trip home. So I needed gas. And I wanted to wait until I got out of Detroit to get gas. I wanted to get on the expressway and, get down the road a bit, and then I'd get off at an easy on off, because I was on the interstate. I'd get off at an exit with an easy on off where the gas station is right there off the exit, and I'll get gas. So fine. So I'm driving along, and I kind of half-ass forgot about it until my dinger started dinging, telling me I had low fuel. I was like, ooh, I better, keep my eye out for the next exit. And if it has the services sign say that there's gas at that exit, I'm going to have to get off and get gas. So I'm driving along, and the sign comes up for the next exit, and it has a sign, this, with the services, and it says that there are 3 gas stations on that exit. So wonderful, fine. That'll give me 3 to choose from. It was pretty late at night. It was about 11 o'clock at that point. And, things are, our governor has completely lifted the mask mandate in our state in Michigan. So you don't have to wear a mask anywhere that you go anymore. But there are still businesses that have not quite gone back to their regular hours, or the hours that they had before COVID. So I wasn't sure what was going to be open as far as a gas station. So there was a Speedway that said on the sign it was open for 24 hours. So, okay, great. I'll just go to that Speedway. So you know how you get off your exit and you got the signs on the left, and it says, this gas station is point how many miles to the left. This gas station is point how many miles to the right, blah, 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 blah. How come I get off this exit and the sign is there? Guess how far the nearest gas station was to the exit. Just guess. 2.6 miles to the nearest gas station off the exit. I think that should be illegal. I don't think that they should have been able to advertise that there was a gas station off that exit. If you have to go 3 miles, and it was actually longer than 2.6 because I clocked it on my odometer. Odometer, is that the right word? Yes. I clocked it on my odometer, and it was actually more like 4 miles um, to get to this nearest gas station. Yeah, I was not happy. I was not a happy girl. And of course, I had to drive, 45 miles an hour when I was used to going 75 on the expressway to get there, which added, I'm sure it didn't add that long to my trip, but it was just frustrating because it was late at night and I just wanted to be home. But anyway, the point being, I think that there should be a rule that the gas station has to be within a mile of the exit for them to be able to advertise it on those interstate signs, because that's just rude. Who wants to drive 3 miles out of their way off the interstate to go to a gas station? I think I'm gonna write my congressman. Yeah, right. That's kind of a family joke when I was younger. If something pissed me off or got my goat, I would always say, you know what, I'm gonna write a letter. And so that kind of became the family joke. If I got upset about something, ever my family would say, Angie, why don't you write a letter? Because I never wrote any letters. I just always talked about writing a letter. I'm gonna write a letter. So maybe I'll write my congressman and tell him I don't appreciate that. Seriously, did I just do that? I just like rammed all those drills on top of one another. I was trying to slide them in closer and I used a little too much muscle and they slid. So that was my drive back. And, the other reason I came back is because Jeff is on call this week. I don't think I've ever talked about his job or his work. Jeff works for the municipality that we live near. He works for the city. And he is a foreman in the water maintenance department. So his job specifically is he's the meter shop foreman. So he takes care of anything to do with water distribution and the metering aspect of it, as far as where it comes from the water main that's in the road up to the house. That's his kind of area of expertise. But all of the four foremen, are there three or four? I believe there are four, um, have to take turns in a rotation being on call for any water distribution related emergency. So every fourth week he's on call, and most water distribution related, it's water and sewer related emergencies. And most of those emergencies, if they're taking place after hours and it's something that has to be taken care of right away, our water main breaks. So that's when the main pipe that can be up to 36, actually I think there's 48-inch mains in diameter, have a burst or a hole. Somebody is out front in a very loud radioed car. Oh, it's my Amazon. Oh, it's a FedEx delivery. What am I getting from FedEx today? His radio is hella loud. I can hear it all the way in here in my house. What am I getting from FedEx? Oh, my Color Streets. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from FedEx. My Color Street nails are here. So I'm going to say I didn't think I was expecting anything from FedEx. I'm a little bit miffed too. Oh, anyway, so my husband's on call this week, and I got to thinking that even though Nate is almost 13 years old and is completely capable of staying home by himself, if Jeff were to get called in during the middle of the night and have to go into work, I didn't want him to have to leave Nate in the middle of the night to go to work. So I thought I better come home just so I was here just in case. So when I'm gone to my retreat, Nate's going to go to his grandma and grandpa's for Thursday night and during the day Friday while Jeff's at work, and then Jeff will pick him up after work on Friday. And if he gets called in, he'll just have to take him over there. So it'll be a little bit inconvenient for both of them, but wouldn't it happen that it would be the week that I'm going away that he's on call, because that's just the way our luck is, right? Right. All right. So I'm anxious to go. You know how you guys know how I am when I get a new delivery. I cannot wait for anything. Oh, you know what else I should have shown you? I should have unboxed my. Um, you guys probably don't care, but I got a new miniature yesterday, so I wanted to unbox that as well, just to show you what I got. And I did finish a miniature recently too that I don't think I showed you. So maybe I'll do that in just a short little video that I can tack on to something else to make it longer so that you're not watching a 10-minute video, because I find that annoying. I like a little bit longer videos so that you're not having to, search. You can settle down and work, settle into a video, and you don't have to stop and find a new video every 10 minutes. To me, that's my personal preference. Um, so that's kind of what I try to do, kind of try to make it so you don't have to have just a short little video, which is why I threw that post review in with this whip and chat. So, yeah, I'm gonna go see what I got in the mail or what I got it from Color Street. Check out my new nails, and I unfortunately I'm a little bit upset because I have two Diamond Art Club new releases from last Saturday's uh, releases that I purchased that are not going to be here until tomorrow, and I will be gone. And I really like to get those unboxed for you guys and up on the channel right away when I get them. But I won't be here when they get here, so they're gonna have to wait until Sunday to get unboxed. So I apologize for that. You probably don't care anyway, but I don't know. I like to get the new releases up as soon as I get them. I just do. That's just the way I like to do it. So if that's what I like to do, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, I will let you guys go. I am going to go get my FedEx package, and then I am going to finish up this section, and then my butt needs to get busy packing. I've packed some of my crafting stuff, but I have not packed any clothes or anything like that. So I need to get my butt busy getting ready to go tomorrow. I need to clean out my car, and not that my car is a big pigsty, but I just want to get it just in case I have to take anybody anywhere. I'd like it to be pretty clean. Clean out my car and get ready to go. I'm so excited. So excited. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so it should be a good time. So thanks you guys for tuning in. Congratulations to Billy on winning the giveaway. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will get your prizes mailed as soon as I get your information and as soon as I get back from the retreat. And that being said, thanks again, and I hope you'll stick around for more videos and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.